Yo, what's going on, guys? It is non-reality, and in today's video I basically wanted to make a casual guide on how you're going to be doing your rewards. So this new boss blitz black shrine thing came out. You basically unlock this throughout the story. I'd recommend only doing it once you finish the story completely, because you do get these orb things, which I will talk about right now. So basically how this works is when you complete the story, you'll end up with 5 orbs. These 5 orbs are used to boost your stats, because the stats you get from here are like 90% of your damage. They basically cut back on the damage from your gear. So, like higher geared players can't have it too high of an advantage over newer players, because this content is unlocked for anyone that completes the main story. How this works is you have a bunch of bosses with different weaknesses. You're basically just going to figure out which boss you want to do for the day. Let's say we want to do this boss right here. We go to manage aura. We see that he is the sun one. So we go to sun. Let me reset these real quick. So we pick the sun aura, and then we put all of our light orbs in it. Once you put your light orbs in it, you will have 18 out of 18 additional stats to apply. You can apply those how you see fit. If you do the fight once, I'd recommend putting it all in AP if you're doing lower level one, which we'll get into in a second. But you can do the fight and you'll see how it goes. If it doesn't go great, you can put some more into DP, and then that will help you be more tanky, or you can put more into attack. You can reset these for 500k, and then you can reset the light orbs for 2 million. So basically every boss will be about 2.5 mil silver to do, if you're using, like, if you're going from like a sun aura to a moon aura to an earth aura boss. As you can see right here, it says weekly boss blitz count. You can do 5 of these a week. Basically what that means is you can attempt 5 different stages a week and complete them. If you fail at a stage, it doesn't take a usage away. So, like, let's say I wanted to do this boss, I could do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That would use up my 5 uses, and then I could go back and try to get a better time on 1 or 2 or 3, because you do get better rewards if you are in like the top 1, 2, 3, 4 of the boss. I don't think the rewards are that much better. Like, they are a bit better, but I'd recommend just going for clears if you are a casual player and you are just, trying to get the flame in a reasonable amount of time for your Don's gloves. And even if you're a newer player, this is good to do every week. This boss thing resets. You can see it down here. It resets on Sunday at the reset time. Basically, every Sunday you'll get the rewards for actually doing the boss. You don't get the rewards right away, except from your logs, which I'll talk about in a second. But then these rewards give you anything from you can get a Don's glove, you can get the flame to make the Don's gloves, and then you can get a bunch of crystals and stuff that sell for 100 mil or more, all the way up to like a bill right now. Now I do think a lot of those prices will be going up. I think some of them will also be going down. We'll just have to see with how the market settles. But if you are a newer player, I still recommend trying to do like 1, 2, and 3 at least every week for just some basic rewards. You can do like 1, 2, and 3 with this boss. Then come down here and do 1 and 2 on this boss to finish out year 5. So now I want to talk about how I recommend doing this, and this is how I've actually been doing it, other than this boss right here, because I wanted to try level 5, because my buddies were like, hey, this is a pretty hard boss. Basically, I recommend, if you are a casual player and you don't really care too much about clearing these higher ones, because these higher ones are very difficult. Even for me and some of my buddies, it takes a couple tries to actually clear these. Like, I haven't even cleared a 6 yet. I think the highest I've cleared is 5 on this boss. I think I could clear 6 on this boss, because it's just a lot of iframes and knowing when to iframe. But yeah, these bosses are very difficult. But so basically, if you go to your adventure log, I'll touch on this real quick, and you go to this one right here, boss storybook, land in the morning light. You'll get this after completing the main story. You have bosses, you have 1 through 7 books, which are basically the 1 through 7 calamity level on the bosses. Every single time you get a first clear reward, you do get a boss blitz reward of that boss. As you see, I cleared this one here already, so I already got the reward. And it gives you the rank 1 reward, which is really nice. So those rewards are the ones that you get at the end of the week for clearing it, basically. It's like the smaller version for, like the lower level ones. But you'll get one of these, which do have a chance of, giving embers and flame and Don's gloves. So I would recommend, if you're a casual player, or if you're like me and you don't really want to do too much competitive stuff in this boss rush thing. I'm more of like a, grind a zone and chill type of person. I'm basically just going through and completing 1 through 3 of every boss with however many uses I have for the week, so I can get the first clear rewards on all of them and get a chance at more flames. And then, you know, once I do all of these 1 through 3, then I will go back and do 4, 5, and then that's when I'm going to try to obviously push for 6. And like I said, I do push for times a bit. So like I think last week for like 1, 2, and 3, I got rank 3 in all, or top 3 in all of them, for a better chance at, you know, better rewards. Yeah, that's how I recommend doing it. Now I'm going to quickly touch on what I'd recommend running and how like some of the buffs work and whatnot. So basically, before you enter an area, how this works is you'll basically like click on start boss blitz, and it will lead you to an area on the map of where the boss actually is. Like if you wanted to do this dude, you will click on the boss rush, and it'll be like, hey, I want to start this, and it'll navigate you here. Once you get there, there'll be a little shiny pool on the ground that you click on to start the boss. But don't do that right away. First of all, what you're going to do is you're going to pop any buffs, because you can't actually pop it in the instant, you have to pop it before. So, you know, if you're doing an easy one, I'd recommend going full like damage, whatever damage ones you have. If you're doing a harder one, I'd recommend doing you know, maybe grabbing yourself a perfume and maybe running something more tanky than giant droughts. But that is up to you and how your class plays. You can also do skill add-ons. I'd recommend early on just go for damage. Later on, I'd recommend going for like an instant recovery on hit and some more DP, so your class is a bit more tanky, because later on there are a lot of things that one-shot you or do a lot of damage. So the less damage you can take, the better. And then obviously make sure you have your alchemy stone on and any artifacts. Like I said, go damage early, go defense later if you do need it. But yeah, hopefully this helped you explain or helped you understand the boss rush a bit better. I will try to be making guides on level, I'd say level 6 of every boss. I would do level 5, but level 6 is where it actually gets harder, and it gets like a better mechanic that makes the boss harder overall. So I think that would be a good spot to start on. And I know that there isn't a ton of people that are clearing level 6 in these bosses. Some of these are obviously easier, so more people are clearing them. But a lot of the bosses don't have a ton of clears. Like these two down here don't have like any. So I'll be trying to making guides on all of these at level 6. So you guys can get a better understanding of how to actually do the bosses. Yeah, I hope this video did help you guys understand the boss rush menu a little bit more. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.